What's up? It's That Dirty Spoon from the IWC, and this is my prediction show for WWE Survivor Series 2012. First off, WWE went way in left field for the Survivor Series card. They had one card and then changed it to a completely different card 2 weeks ago, and now we have 5 matches announced, which I think is a record for WWE going forward. This on-the-fly booking, though, I think really has to stop. That 6 weeks we had before Hell in a Cell, when they were really able to develop Ryback into a monster. They didn't know what they had. I'm not sure if they know what they have, but we do have a new main event for Survivor Series and almost a complete card. I'm gonna say I would be surprised if they added at least 1 or 2 more matches. Let's say I will not be surprised if they add at least 1 or 2 more matches, but we do have 5 matches announced. First up, last night's Raw, Kaitlyn became the #1 contenders for Eve's Divas Championships, and they will compete at Survivor Series for that title. I'm gonna say that as good as Eve has been, Kaitlyn is not that good. And I do believe that they're going to keep the belt on Eve. Eve will retain her Divas Championship. The Divas division has been greatly and utterly decimated by some high-level talent leaving WWE, and I'm not sure what they're doing with the Divas division, but they really need to, if they're either going to ignore it for a while or rebuild it. But just having Layla, Kaitlyn, and Eve fight all the time, not really working. Next, we have a United States champion. Antonio Cesaro will be defending his U.S. title against R-Truth at Survivor Series. This is a very interesting feud. R-Truth has not been prominently, portrayed in WWE as a singles competitor. This is his first real challenge. Unfortunately, Antonio Cesaro is just gold on the mic, and he's been getting a very substantial push, and I don't see R-Truth derailing that. I do see R-Truth losing to Antonio Cesaro. Antonio Cesaro will retain his U.S. title. Next, we have the traditional Survivor Series match. We have Team Foley, which is Randy Orton, Kofi Kingston, Kane, Daniel Bryan, and added on Monday, The Miz, through a quote-unquote WWE online poll. Right. WWE Raw active? Yeah, it's more like Raw. We will give you 1 choice and 2. Why would you choose those? They were going up against Team Ziggler. This was a match that was changed, but Team Ziggler, which is Dolph Ziggler, Damien Sandow, Cody Rhodes, Wade Barrett, and Alberto Del Rio. This is a traditional 5-on-5 Survivor Series match. Unfortunately, WWE has done nothing to build up the heel versus face. This was Team Foley versus Team Punk until WWE changed the entire Survivor Series lineup. Now it's Team Foley versus Team Ziggler, but Ziggler has more of a beef with John Cena, and Mick Foley still has a beef with CM Punk. So I don't know what we're supposed to get out of this match. I guess they still have to pay these guys since they advertised for it. The only thing I'm really looking forward to about this match is the showcase of Dolph Ziggler, Damien Sandow, Cody Rhodes, and Wade Barrett. Those are some young talent, all of them heels by the way, but that's some young talent that seriously will be the future of WWE, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they can do in this match, where they all can focus on getting their spots in and trying to get themselves over, especially with guys like Wade Barrett and Dolph Ziggler. I think that they will be main eventing next year. Mark my words. However, again, face versus heel, I would say the heel team win because they've got the guys that really need the attention, but Mick Foley, the hardcore legend, is on the other side, and I don't think that WWE is going to just bury the face team at this particular junction. I think that even if the heel team goes down, they have a shot at building themselves back up in the future. The only real wild card is because The Miz was added to the face team as a Raw active poll. He really has more of a beef with Dolph Ziggler than anybody else on the face team. So if he straightens up and plays ball, I see the face team going over. I guess if the Miz could double cross the face team, he is technically a heel. But like as I've said, they're really moving Miz towards a face turn with a lot of the things that he's been doing recently, especially being on commentary for Main Event. And he did extend his hand after he lost to Kofi Kingston for his 4th straight time. So, that being said, I'm going to say the face team goes over. That leads us to our WWE Championship match, Big Show versus Sheamus. This is a rematch from Hell in a Cell. Again, no additional stipulations, no additional gimmicks, and the way that WWE is kind of positioning themselves, I really don't see Sheamus going over 2 against the Big Show. So I'm going to say Sheamus wins the match, but he does not get the title. This is important because the next pay-per-view is TLC, where they can have a no DQ, knockout, drag down fight for the championship. Extend this feud one more pay-per-view. So Sheamus wins the match, but does not get the championship. And that leads us to our main event, which is a 3-way CM Punk, Ryback, and John Cena for the WWE Championship. This sounds like a main event of one of the big 4 pay-per-views, and I'm really looking forward to this match for one reason and one reason only. I still think that WWE can make money if Ryback wins the belt. Again, like I said, the next pay-per-view, TLC. They can make a TLC chairs, ladders, falls count anywhere street fight where Brock Lesnar can come in and cost Ryback the match, and Ryback loses his WWE Championship. Ryback stays strong. They still have CM Punk versus The Rock. That's what I hope happens. Unfortunately, if they did not put the belt on Ryback last week, you cannot put him on this week and get the same results. There's not enough time between now and the Royal Rumble where The Rock will return to WWE to challenge for the WWE Championship. It's gotta be Punk or Cena. I don't see it being Cena because he still has problems with Dolph Ziggler and Vicky Guerrero. So that means CM Punk will retain his WWE Championship at Survivor Series. Quick card rundown. The Divas Championship will stay around the waist of Eve. Kaitlyn will lose again. United States Championship will stay around the waist of Antonio Cesaro. R-Truth will fall. The face team will go over the heel team in the traditional 5-on-5 Survivor Series match. Sheamus will become the new World Heavyweight Championship next pay-per-view, but at this pay-per-view he will win the match but not win the title. And finally, CM Punk will retain his WWE Championship against the insurmountable odds of both Ryback and John Cena. So if you believe me, because I'm right, this is going to be a very, very, very uneventful pay-per-view. But again, I think WWE really painted themselves into a corner by starting down one path and then realizing how bad that path was and just veering off the road, and now they did not have time to set up for this pay-per-view. And I think it's a shame that one of the original 4 big pay-per-views is being treated like this. But when you book on the fly, this is what happens. This has been that Dirty Spoon from the IWC, signing off.